It's time now for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on Sunday evening, March 13th, 2016. Good evening, everybody. I am Peter Wiggins. Our 5 o'clock news headlines. And our top story at 5 on the Sunday evening is Donald Trump took a step towards supporting violent action by a supporter Sunday, saying that he instructed his attorney to look into the paying of legal bills of a man charged last week with punching a protester who was being let out of the rally. Cleveland, in this contest for the Republican presidential nomination, while Governor John Kasich is zero for everything, a string of losses that has left him trailing the front runner Donald Trump and then far back in fourth place in the delegate count. Gunmen attacked 3 Ivory Coast hotels, government said. An explosion ripped through the Busy Square in Turkey's capital Sunday evening, killing at least 27 people, wounding 75 others, the Ankara government office said. Cleveland, when Hillary Clinton dual bomber for the Democratic presidential nomination in 2008, they slogged everything. Yielded to a largely unified party. Hillary Clinton remarks on the late First Lady Nancy Reagan's legacy in HIV and AIDS can't be forgotten. Paris, French investigators have recommended tougher medical checks for pilots after uncovering fresh evidence of unreported concern environmental sending to a German pilot who had crashed a jet in the Alps last year, killing all 150 people on board. Berlin, upstart far-right party campaigned on anti-immigrant platform made strong gains in regional ballots across Germany on Sunday, while Chancellor Angela Merkel's conservatives suffered loss in the 2 western states' initial projections. Aden, Saudi-led a helicopter attacked al-Qaeda militants in Aden overnight in an effort to dislodge them from a stronghold in the southern port city, killing at least 18 people, medicine and security officials said on Sunday. Geneva still looking for far from ready to compromise. Representatives from the Syrian government and an opposition arrived here Sunday at evidence around UN talks. Dubai United Arab Emirates, Ayman Al-Arabs, a Palestinian teacher who has specialized in helping children traumatized by violence, was awarded $1 million Global Teacher Prize. In Houston, Texas, authorities are investigating the fatal shooting at a gas station owner in northwest Houston, Grenada. Robbery Syriac. KHUTV reports that 52 Zia A. Siddiqui was killed during the robbery at a Raceway gas station in FM 1960 West. Chicago, when Bernie Sanders launched his long shot bid for the presidency 10 months ago, there were 2 words that read across his lips. Hillary Clinton. Organizers of the Stop by Southwest Arts Festival sent Sunday to apologize to U.S. Olympian Ibab Muhammad after volunteers says she must remove her Muslim covering to receive credentials to the event in Austin, Texas. Youngstown, Ohio. Donald Trump is sticking around a little longer now, canceling an event in Florida in favor of holding a massive rally in the Buckeye State. New York. Searchers pulled on the body of a tugboat crew member from the Hudson River one day after the vessel slammed into the barge beneath the Tappan Zee Bridge. Washington. Former House Speaker John Boehner has endorsed Ohio Governor John Kasich for the Republican presidential nomination. Hattiesburg, Mississippi, parts of the deep south are bracing for more rain after 6 people died in historic flooding. Hong Kong, the Chinese owner of a Waldorf Astoria is placing an even bigger bet on high-end lodging in the United States. The Blackstone Group has agreed to sell strategic hotels and restaurants in a deal valued at $6.5 billion just months after buying. Manila, the Philippines anti-money laundering council is permanent changes against a number of people allegedly involved in an illegal transfer of more than $80 million from a Bangladesh bank account in the Federal Reserve Bank in New York. Rebel, West Bank, the Palestinian Ministry of Foreign Affairs says Israel prevented the Indonesian foreign minister from the head West Bank to meet with the Palestinian officials. Was all Massachusetts, the ship that ocean announced for Robert Ballard who used to discover the wreck of the Titanic is headed into the Mexican Navy. The knowledge of fisheries retired and employees of the Wittelsville or Standard Institutional Capital Tuesday afternoon bid the vessel with a final farewell. Ballard famously used the ship to pinpoint the Titanic location in 1985 and logged more than 1 million miles worth of explorations over the past 4 decades. Mashpee, Massachusetts, Mashpee, Wampanoag Tribe is updating state criminal regulations and is planned to build a resort near south of Boston. Artist conception and ExoMars trace castle order displaying the ship early entry to San London to Master Mario just before Rebel and Mars in October 2016. A research team from the University of Michigan has developed a strategy for creating recovery. According to that record, no more than 11 reason for ice to slide off. Researchers dig up a link between dinosaurs and distant ancestors and reptiles. They are calling the fierce lizard. Mom's spoken COPD. The habits that you have while you are growing up and habits that can affect your entire life. According to a recent study, children who grew up in the homes where their mothers smoked in are more likely to develop lung-related ailments. Cut your little brother some slack. You may have done your health a world of favors while you were growing up. Icky and grossly may have been at a time in it bears that all the stress and the may have well been worked. It's sort of. A study conducted in a time when I suggested the birth date of the child may play an important to determine that the child will be diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Cap lawmakers saying yes to raising and smoking age to 21 to make Orange County health advocates happy as England and New England alerts. Highness, Massachusetts Route 132 at San Diego's more vehicle accident. Car rolled over on the roof, all occupancy out of the vehicle. Fire department is shut. And in Halifax, Vermont, a brush smoke fire, 505 Windy Hill Road. Units worked on an unknown size area. Brush attempt, request mutually to the scene. Here, children's time, 506 on this Sunday evening, 7 after a sports report. In NHL scores here through 2 periods here. Tampa Bay Lightning leading to the Columbus Blue Jackets 1-0. Pittsburgh Penguins over the New York Rangers 5-3. And halftime, Cleveland Cavaliers over the Los Angeles Clippers 58-41. Los Angeles Clippers rookie forward Brendan Dawson was arrested Sunday morning on suspicion of spousal abuse and play offense according to the Los Angeles Police Department. Angelique Kerber, the Australian Open champion, crashed out of the BNP Purpose Open at Indian Wells, California, Saturday, and 2 of her top 3 women also left the second round in Indian Wells tennis garden. Number 16, Kentucky Rails passed Georgia 93-80 SEC semifinal. And wave a positive test for Milton Menage and Procrastination test. Peter Sheldon's on 507, and it's time now for a travel report on this Sunday evening. Let's study off down in Rodan, where it's looking good in highways and byways of the ocean states. Out in the Cape, it's looking good. 95 on the southbound side, we got an accident on 120 and on the southbound side around Route 95 in Canton, so expect delays by 120 to 95 in Canton. Route 1 on the southbound side, an accident in. We got an accident in the Clocktown Forest in Rentham, so expect some delays. Southeast Expressway on the southbound side, a little slow to North Dorchester stretch, 93 on the southbound side, so from Route 60 in Medford all the way after Assembly Square in Somerville, doing an accident on 93 on the southbound side of Somerville. Mass parking both ends of the store from South Boston all the way at the Logan Airport of Boston. 120 to the northbound side, got a couple of accidents here between Route 9 in Wellesley and Route 90 Massachusetts Turnpike in Weston, so expect some delays. And Alewife Brook Parkway accident around Route 2 in Cambridge, so expect some delays. 91 on the southbound side, a little slope from 291 all the way to Route 57 in Agawam. 91 on the northbound side, an accident before I-8. 91 on the northbound side, a little slope before I-84 in Hartford. 15 on the northbound side, good accident here around I-84, so expect some delays. I-84 on the eastbound side, a little slow between the Middlebury and Waterbury stretches of I-84. We got an accident on 95 on the southbound side of Bridgeport, Connecticut here around Route 1 in Fairfield, so expect some delays. 95 on the northbound side, also between Greenwich and Stamford, and then hit the brakes again from Stamford to Norwalk on the southbound side of 95. We got an accident on 95 on the southbound side around Route 124 during here, so expect some delays. Highways and byways in New York City are slow go. All the highways and byways of Albany, New York are looking good. Highways in Vermont, New Hampshire, and Vermont are looking good. On this Sunday evening. Ferries are looking good on the subway system. Green Line, B branch from Spruce, Model Lane to the neural disabled train. And still on S1 Express from Martin Laser Travel. And on the commuter rail, it's looking good. Peter Challenger's on 5:10, 10 Alpha, a weather report, and what a stellar Sunday it was! Picture perfect day! But that's gonna all change tomorrow because we're gonna get some precipitation tomorrow as we take a look at the hazardous weather outlook. And day 1 today tonight, hazardous weather not expected at the time. And day 2 for 7, Monday for Saturday, low risk of some freezing rain and sleet. Monday across the Irish rain of Massachusetts and north and west of I-84 in Connecticut. This going back to morning commute. Alright, 7-day forecast goes like this. But tonight, most clouds got about 33 degrees, east with about 5 miles an hour. For Monday, slight chance rain and sleet. Before 10 a.m. and rain likely clouds got about 44 degrees, east with about 7 miles on anticipation 6%. Lunar node circulation expected. Monday night, rain patch clouds around 40 degrees, east with about 7-11 miles outside, 22 miles on anticipation 9%. New Pacific opportunity quite an average possible. For Tuesday, rain not rain before 8 a.m. Patch clouds before 11 a.m. Otherwise, clouds got about 50 degrees and east with about 10 miles coming. North in the afternoon, winds get outside 20 miles on anticipation 6%. New Pacific between a quarter, 10 minutes, a quarter inch possible. So that, most clouds go to about 41 degrees and north for about 6 to 8 miles an hour. Wednesday, slight chance of showers after 3 p.m. Parts of the got about 600 degrees and anticipation 20%. Wednesday, most clouds got about 40 degrees. Thursday, chance of showers after 7 a.m. Most clouds got about 57 degrees and anticipation 50%. Thursday, chance of showers before 2 a.m. Most clouds got about 40 degrees and anticipation 4%. Friday, parts of the podcast got about 34, about 35 degrees. Saturday, most of the podcast got about 53, about 33 degrees. And for Sunday, chance of showers, parts of the got about 50 degrees and chance of precipitation 30%. Currently in not near clear skies and 64, humidity 13%, and looking at some minor rain showers, stretching from the Atlantic Ocean, stretching down southern portions of New Jersey, stretching down for Pennsylvania, down for northern Maryland, and stretching all the way down for southeastern Minnesota, and stretching down for the western Virginias. And that is going to be it for the Peter Show, 5 o'clock Sunday. Sunday evening, March 13th, 2016. I'm Peter Wizard. You have a good evening, and I'll see you at 11 o'clock for a late night report. Have a good evening.